Hello guys, Yasir Khan here again, coming to you with another video, and this time I will be talking about something real life, which means that there's a good chance that you might be able to apply it in either your own life or in tell someone else about it, someone who might be in the same position. So um, many of you already know that I live in Mississauga, which is a suburb of Toronto, and I live in Canada. Now, 5 minutes away from my house is a shawarma place, a shawarma restaurant, which 6 months ago has had a new ownership, which means that the people who owned that place, they left and they sold the rights to this new guy, as far as I know. I have limited knowledge about this, but as far as I know, this is the case. So the new owner, it's a whole family who's managing the shawarma place. They bought the rights, I think, from the old owner, and then they leased out the same place. They transferred the lease over. So what they're doing is they're paying the rent for the place, and they have the rights to operate the business at that place. Now, I went there 3 to 4 months ago, and I talked to the owner of the store. I think that guy is in his 50s. Great guy, great personality, a very kind person. But when he was like delivering on my order of the delicious shawarma that I ordered, I got to talk to him, and he told me that he was paying around $6,000 to lease out this place. Okay, every month, of course, not every day, but every month. Over that, on top of that, he's paying for the food, he's paying for some of the other people that he has hired, and he has to be there 16 hours a day because he comes to the place around 7 in the morning to clean up or to get it ready for business for that day, and then he leaves after everyone else has closed the doors and cleaned up the place and updated the financial records and everything. So basically, he goes to business at 7 in the morning, and he leaves maybe around 12 or 1 in at night. Okay, now here's the issue. There are a couple of issues actually. The first thing is that he's paying a lot in the lease costs, right? He's paying around $6,000. On top of that, if he has employees that he has to pay, you can add those costs. He has to foot the bill for the food the raw food that he brings in, that he buys, that he has to prepare. And there are other maintenance costs as well. In other words, what he's not telling me is that his cost at the very, very minimum every single month is around $15,000. That is assuming that he doesn't pay himself or his family too much every single month, right? And this is the problem that most, if not all, physical businesses have. Now, I'm not talking about a business which is already running and making a lot of money. Of course, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about businesses which are new, which have new management, and which are kind of iffy. Okay, now the shawarma business is a food business, so that might not be iffy because the place where I live, there are a lot of people who love shawarmas: Pakistanis, Indians, Arabs. I mean, all these people, for the most part, they love shawarma. The problem is that there's only so much you can charge your customer before them, running away and taking their business with them. Now, these people, this shawarma place has increased the pricing a little bit. I could feel it when I ordered, and that's kind of a red flag, because if you are new in business, you just can't increase prices that much. Okay, there are other shawarma places which have been around for the last 10 to 15 years, and when they increase their prices, I understand, I get it, because they're commanding enough power, brand loyalty, that it doesn't really matter if they increase the price of everything on the menu by $1 or $2. But when a new restaurant does it, then it's kind of a red flag, because you can never be sure if people are gonna stay with you or if they're just gonna say, well, there's another shawarma place like 2 minutes down the road and they have good ratings as well, so I'm gonna go there. Now, here's another thing. These people they're doing everything old school. So they don't have a Google reviews listing. They don't have a Google My Business listing, which means that other people are not able to leave them reviews. Now, I could be wrong because the last time I checked was 3 to 4 months ago. But the way the business was set up, I just didn't see them doing any online marketing at all. And please understand that in this day and age, if you're not doing online marketing, you are doing something extremely wrong. Okay, if you're just sending out flyers and distributing flyers and just putting up banner signs, then you are 20 years behind technology, at least 20 years. So please understand that you might either be doing a business yourself, or you might know someone who is doing a similar kind of business. So this video should help you out. Now, the other thing to understand is that the owner of the business is spending 15 to 16 hours every single day at that business. Now, chances are that the way the business is set up, if he falls sick, or if he has a family function or a get together, or if there's any other reason that he's not able to make it for the day, then the operations of the business are hampered, right? And you can ask every single successful business owner, they never try to do everything themselves. Okay, in fact, even if they're losing money the first couple of months or the first year, they will always hire someone else to do these mundane tasks which suck the life and soul out of you. They don't do it because they know that they should be looking after the vision, mission, the strategy of the company. Unfortunately, for this shawarma place, I just don't see that happening. Because first of all, they're using old marketing methods. Secondly, they're trying to do everything themselves, and I don't really blame them because their costs are high. Okay, they're crazy. And if you're working in your business, if your business is you and you alone for the most part, then you are in trouble. That's why the CEO of a multi-million-dollar corporation will never answer the business himself or herself, because that's bad positioning. They will never do that. And it goes against every single law of business to do it themselves. I mean, it's common sense as well, but in his defense, in the shawarma business owner's defense, the prices over here in Mississauga are crazy. Houses over here are selling for $1.2 to $1.5 million, and they're not special houses, they're just regular houses, guys. For that reason, he's probably paying a lot in lease costs, and $6,000 is pretty high for a new restaurant. Okay, I know some savvy business owners, restaurant owners, who are paying $3,000 per month in leases. But then again, they're not here in Mississauga, at least not in this locality. They are somewhere far off, where people are not earning as much. So please understand that if you have a physical business, you will have many sunk costs. A sunk cost is something which you will have to pay even if you don't get any benefit out of it, right? And that is why I love the online marketing business. I love the consulting business. I love anything which is online. In another video, I mentioned that there was a Sears store in the mall 5 minutes away from my place. Last year, they closed down the Sears store and everyone was shocked. Well, we don't need to be shocked because everyone is moving online, so no one was going into the Sears store anyway. You know, if you order something online, you save on the time and the trip that you go to that place, and then you know that when you order online, you're not paying for the lease that the business has, and you're not paying for any of these superficial costs. You can just order from Amazon and save 25 to 50% of the cost of the price. So why wouldn't you do that, right? This also means that brick and mortar businesses are getting more difficult to be successful in. Literally every single thing that people can do online, they're doing online, because apart from the branding, they are saving a lot of money. They don't have to take a trip to go physically to a store. They can order from the comfort of their homes. And in the next 10 years, after 10 years, things will be radically different. Okay? So if you're starting a physical business, if you are thinking about leasing out a store, I would suggest that you reconsider. It might work, don't get me wrong, but the way things are going, you would be better off doing things online, right? And secondly, please do let someone know who is in the similar position as related to this shawarma place owner. Of course, I can't tell him that because I don't want to upset the guy. And it's not my place to say, but I can help and inform and educate you guys because you have subscribed to this channel, right? So yeah, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to answer them for you. And as always, it's a pleasure talking to you, and I will make another video tomorrow. Thanks, and take care, guys.